Falcons family, Dirty Bird Nation. Welcome to another episode of Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. We're a heartbeat of the Dirty Birds faithful, where the fans never waver and the passion never dies. I'm your host, Manuel McFarland, coming to you live from Come On In Sports Network, where I can also be found on that platform as well. So come on in, sports, and take a look at us on Come On In Sports Network on YouTube, on Twitter, and Instagram. Guys, a massive shout out to each and one of you, dedicated and faithful Atlanta Falcons fan tuning in today. It's exciting moment coming in to you to be able to come to you live and come and talk to you about this young man that we have stolen. I'm gonna say we stole it because everybody in the NFL, man, just really just didn't care to even pick this young man, and he was projected to be a high. I think it was a high fourth round, fifth round, maybe even sixth round pick. But somehow or another, he didn't get picked at all. But guys, we got him. And like I said, I'm gonna tell you, we stole him. From what I have to bring to you guys today and share with you guys, we stole this young man. And right now, guys, it's an exciting time to be a Falcons fan. So we got a lot to talk about this young man, and I'm going to give it to you. So come on in, have a seat, get your drink ready, and turn your ears up and get ready to be intrigued. But from the draft picks that we have, turning heads to the veterans setting the tone, there's always something brewing in Flowery Branch. And today we're focusing on one most intriguing storyline of the offseason, the potential impact of an undrafted talent who has already set ripples across the league. So get ready, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about our newest defensive phenom. Yes, I did say phenom. This player is none other than Kobe Bryant. So stay with us. You don't want to miss this. All right, let's be honest, guys. The Falcons have had a turnover problem on both offense and defense. For what it feels like forever, this defense has been desperate for what feels like forever, looking for a ball hawk, a guy to come into the secondary who can actually flip the field and steal possessions for the offense. In the past, we have used high draft picks. We've paid guys from free agency. And, truth be told, the takeaway numbers, well, they just weren't there. They didn't show up for us. But what if I told you the answer to our prayers, the most instinctive playmaker to walk into this building in years, was a guy that nobody drafted, who has all the swag and personality to boot? When you remember that when we drafted Dion, and yes, I'm talking about this guy in the same light as Dion. Now, take away Dion's abilities to run back the ball, handle kickoffs and all that, and that type of stuff, and you have this young man. You talk about coverage. You talk about tackling, and I think this guy here's a better tackler than Dion. Truth be told, Dion, there's no other to compare to Dion. I'm not taking that part away from Dion at all. Dion is in a category of his own. But when you talk about coverage, being around the ball, the anticipation on the field, football speed, football smarts, this is the guy. Kobe is that guy. He has only one downfall, and I'll show that to you. I'll share that with you. And of course, it is my opinion, but one downfall, and I'll show it to you, share it with you later. But from the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, emerges a defensive force that redefined what it means to be a playmaker. Get ready to dive into the sensational collegiate career of Ball Hawk, and that's exactly what he is, Kobe Bryant, a true Jayhawk legend. The NFL draft process, guys, is imperfect, but every year talent slips through the cracks, and every year a few overlooked players defy the odds to make a profound impact. This season for the Atlanta Falcons, that player just might be undrafted Kobe Bryant. I said might be, but I'm going to say it is Kobe Bryant. This guy is going to make a name for himself. He's going to make this squad, and he's going to be the super underdog of this league. His signing was more than just a depth move, guys. It could be the catalyst the changing trajectory of the defense, and igniting a passionate fan base. We're already talking about him. A lot of us are already going up to the camp, and we're going to actually look for what this guy can do. We all have high hopes for Kobe, and we think that he's going to be that guy. But he bursted onto the scene and bursted. He burst on the scene in 2021, and it didn't take long for him to make his presence felt. He quickly became the cornerstone of the Kansas defense, a shutdown corner, more than what we needed and asked for at that CB2 spot, with an uncanny ability to find the football. His consistent elite performance wasn't just impressive, it was historic. He became the best ever in Kansas Jayhawk football, in my opinion. All right. I know there are others that came from there, but to me, when you look at the numbers, the play on the field, the accolades that he got, the awards that he got, which I'm gonna share with you here in just a second. You talk about the total package. Kobe Bryant is it. You know, his collegiate career at Kansas was nothing short of legendary. He was the first Jayhawk in Big 12 history to earn first team all Big 12 honors in 3 consecutive seasons, 2021, 2022, and 2023. He compiled 13 career interceptions, 22 pass breakups, and consistently showed a knack for game-changing plays, including that one-handed interception. He was projected by many as a day 3 pick, a solid 4th round to 6th round talent. Among his many highlight reels, one stands above all the rest: the jaw-dropping one-handed interception that went viral. And I think let me see if I don't know if I pulled that up. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna share this clip with you, and it may or may not be in there, but you can look at this clip, guys. I'm going to start this thing over. I was looking at it a second ago, but you can look at this clip and tell. You talk about being around the ball, jumping routes, and he did it all. This is one of the things that a lot of people had him knocked for, and was his ability to make tackles. Guys, this guy here had all heart coming in here to make tackles. You know, despite his size, there are a lot of people knocked him for. This guy made tackles, and he made tackles when the team needed him, and that's what you want out of your CB2. Everything from putting pressure on the quarterback, putting pressure on receivers, making tackles. This guy did it all, and I mean, he was everywhere. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to this one interception right here. This one right here. Is that not Dion? Like, look how he's directing his blockers. Now, come on, guys. Safeties do that when they make an interception. Cornerbacks do that. Defensive backs do it when they make an interception. They direct their players. But this guy here did it consistently. That's the one thing that sets him apart from a lot of the DBs before him. He did it consistently. Now, you had DBs that had pass breakups, they had interceptions, and this guy was it. He did it all. So I really couldn't understand. I really couldn't understand how he did not get drafted early in the round. But guys, we got him, and we're gonna use him. He's gonna be that guy for us. But that interception, guys, you can just imagine he had got beat on that play. He had got beat on the interception. I'm sorry it wasn't in there, but he had got beat on that play. But he was able to recover, Dion-like. He was able to recover, get back into the play, and he intercepted the ball. Now, some may question. Now, I don't know if a lot of you may have seen this interception or not, but his left hand was on the guy's back. And you saw just a tad, just a little bit of a tug on the jersey before he made the interception. But that little tug, and that's the reason why the pass interference was not called, because the ball was just a little short, just a tad. But you did see his hand on his back. But I'll get into that part here in just a second. It wasn't just a great play. That interception just wasn't a great play. It was a defining moment showcasing his nasty competitor mentality and his ability to turn the tide of any game. So why did such a decorated elite player like Kobe Bryant with so many accolades go undrafted? The whispers primarily revolved around two concerns: his size, his 40-yard dash. Now, at 6 feet tall and around 180 pounds, some have him listed at 180. There are some that list him at 195. But some question that if he had the ideal NFL build to consistently match up against bigger, more physical receivers, his 4.5 40-yard dash, while not slow, wasn't considered elite for a cornerback of his stature. Now, there were mentions of a tendency for penalties in this game, yet the tape showed a highly competitive corner with exceptional instincts and ball skills. Like I said, he got knocked for his size and his 40-yard dash speed. Now, everyone knows I could care less about the 40-yard dash, that straight line where there's nobody tackling you, where there is nobody blocking you. I could care less about that. But that football speed, I do care about. Your football smarts, I do care about. Now, they said that he had a knock for playing against bigger receivers. Do we not know what conference he played in? Who had some of the biggest receivers in college football? And if you played against the Kansas Jayhawks, guess who was on every receiver that was considered to be the best? Kobe Bryant. He took on the best on every team that they faced, every opponent. He wanted the best wide receiver. Now, the one game, guys, this one right here against Colorado, guys, you talk about the stage and who stood up, who stood tall, who won this battle. This was no David and Goliath. This was Bryant versus Hunter. And who came out on top? Heisman Trophy winner? No. Mr. Underrated? Yes. That's who won that battle. He, in my book, he shut down Kobe Bryant. Shut down Travis Hunter. I don't care what anybody says. He shut Travis Hunter down. Did he stand up to the competition? Yes, Mr. Kobe Bryant did. Did he stand out when the bright lights came on? Just like clockwork, every game, lights come on, you see a light switch in Kobe Bryant. He's Mr. Football to me. He's that guy when the lights come on, the stage is set, he wins his battles. Like I said, he has to work on those penalties. He has a tendency to get grabby at times. But those are things you can work on. Those are things you can fix. That's one of those tangibles that can be fixed with just a little bit of NFL coaching. Like I said again, we got him. But where 32 teams saw question marks, the Atlanta Falcons saw an opportunity. Immediately after the draft concluded, the Falcons wasted no time signing Kobe Bryant as a free agent, undrafted free agent. This was a smart, calculated move because by a front office that understands the value in finding hidden gems, and we definitely found him in Mr. Kobe Bryant. The Falcons quickly recognized his talent and signed him to a 3-year, $3 million contract that included a $274,000 guaranteed bonus, signing bonus. Guys, that is unheard. I'm not gonna say that's unheard of, but it is for the Falcons. Unheard of to sign a undrafted free agent for $3 million. Head coach Raheem Morris, a defensive coach with background in defensive backs, explicitly said and praised Bryant, calling him the most famous undrafted player I've ever been around and noting his confidence. Now, He said that after we drafted Nate Landman. Now, up until this point, and this is not this is before seeing Kobe Bryant what he is at NFL play. I thought Nate Landman has been the best that we've drafted as far as undrafted free agent. But the anticipation that Kobe Bryant, I think, brings to this team, I think he can match that and exceed it. But guys, the NFL is littered with stories of undrafted cornerbacks who defied the odds and became stars. Look at Chris Harris Jr., a fellow Kansas Jayhawk who went undrafted in 2011 and became a multi-Pro Bowler, multi-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro, and Super Bowl champion with the Denver Broncos. He too faced questions about his size, but his instincts and toughness propelled him to a phenomenal career. Then there's Malcolm Butler, the hero of Super Bowl. He's also a Super Bowl champ. I forgot what Super Bowl is. Who also went undrafted in 2014 out of West Alabama. He proved that heart, grit, and timely playmaking could trump draft status, becoming a Pro Bowler and a two-time Super Bowl champion. So it could be done by Kobe Bryant and exceeded. The Falcon front office clearly saw something in Kobe Bryant that 32 other teams missed: a relentless competitor with elite ball skills and the confidence to excel at the highest level. Just like Harris and Butler, Bryant has the chance to turn his undrafted status into a powerful chip on his shoulder, ready to prove every doubter wrong. And he is ready to stand up to that. He made the comment right after the draft, and I may be adding a little bit to this, but he's definitely said that 26 players above me, I think not. 26 cornerbacks, I think not. And I agree with him on that. You cannot tell me that there were 26 cornerbacks that got drafted before him is better than him. And I'm gonna show you what this guy had. I talked about his awards and accolades, right? This is one award, the Thorpe Award. To get this award, guys, you have to be one heck of an athlete. And Mr. Kobe Bryant got it. Here's another one. He was an All-American. Not once, not twice, but 3 years and 3 years straight. 3 years straight. Here's another one. Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. I lost count how many times he got there. It was at least 4. Defensive Player of the Week. Here's another one. The Chuck Bednarik Award. Benderick Award. I don't know. Did I say that right? Yeah, but this is another award that he got. Here's another one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. The Garski Award trophy. Come on. And he got that by facing competition and playing strong competition like this right here. This guy deserves it, guys. He deserves it. He should have been drafted. He should have been. Lucky for us, he didn't. But the NFL is a game of inches and often of depth. For the Atlanta Falcons, assembling a formidable defense on the coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, is a critical piece of the championship puzzle. The secondary in particular is a unit undergoing significant evaluation, and a certain undrafted free agent rookie is looking to carve out his niche. Let's break down the Falcons' current secondary depth chart. Leading the charge, of course, we got Mr. A.J. Terrell Jr. He's the undisputed shutdown corner, a Pro Bowl talent who consistently locks down opposing teams' top receivers. Terrell's length, technique, and athleticism make him an elite boundary corner, a true cornerstone for the defense. Opposite Terrell, there's a lot of competition. That sets some realistic expectations for Kobe Bryant's rookie season and the competition that he has in minicamp. But as a undrafted free agent, making the initial 53-man roster is the first crucial hurdle, so the position won't simply be handed to him. Now, the guy that he's going to be facing in competition with, Mike Hughes, a veteran experience and versatility, capable of playing both inside and out and in the slot. Clark Phillips III, who I have a lot of hopes for, a fourth round pick from 2023, is another promising young talent who can contribute both inside and out. Then there's D. Alford, a reliable nickelback who's been a steady presence in the slot. Now, this is where I think uh, Kobe Bryant could possibly etch his way in, guys, right here at this nickel spot. But the offer he didn't have the best season last year, but there were times he was exposed, very much exposed. And he showed his, I'm going to say, lack of experience. And then we have veterans like Kevin King and Natron Brooks, also who provide depth and competition. At safety, the Falcons boast an all-pro duo in Jesse Bates and DeMarco Hellams, and potential starter Xavier Watts, providing a long, strong last line of defense. It's a crowded, competitive room, which means every rep, every play that Kobe takes must count. So how does Kobe Bryant, our undrafted gem, fit into defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbricht's system? Ulbricht, who returns to Atlanta after a successful stint as the Jets defensive cornerback, is known for his aggressive, adaptive approach. He prioritized multiplicity, seamlessly shifting between different coverages, often disguising man-to-man looks with zone principles, and vice versa. This requires cornerbacks who possesses high football IQ, and we just saw what Kobe is capable of doing. High football IQ, quick processing skills, and exceptional ball instincts. You saw how many times he jumped the routes in that little film. 13 career interceptions at Kansas. This is where Kobe Bryant shines. His collegiate film consistently. I love that word. I love that word for a football player. Consistently showed a player with elite zone instincts, the ability to read quarterbacks' eyes, anticipate routes, and jump throwing lanes. Precisely what Ulbricht craves. Now, one thing about Ulbricht that a lot of people have, when they talk about him, failed to mention is the fact that Ulbricht has a knack for making players Pro Bowlers. He turned out multiple players over with the Jets into 2 and 3 time Pro Bowlers. Now these are people that weren't on players that weren't on the radar. People who thought that the defense didn't have a chance this year or last year. But like I said, and he didn't just do it one year. These players went multiple years back to back. So you talking about making Pro Bowlers out of players? Just think what he can do with a player like Kobe Bryant with his talent. Now, Kobe Bryant, his 40-yard dash and his slender frame were concerns for some of his playmaking ability and ball magnet reputation aligned perfectly with Ulbricht's philosophy of creating turnovers and disrupting passing lanes. Now, that's, like I said, his size and his 40 speed. I'm throwing that out the window. I'm not even going to talk about that. But his size is my only concern. His heart plays bigger than what he is. And that's what you want in a defensive back. Deion played with more heart than his size. Now, the one knock that I'm going to assign to Deion was his tackling. But where he lacked in tackling, he made up in coverage. His speed. And he had it both ways. He had the football speed as well as the 40-yard dash speed. But there were a lot of players, guys, that came through the league that didn't have that phenomenal speed. And one of the players that I like to throw out there when you talk about speed is Jerry Rice. And I think he ran like a 4.6 or he may have been a 4.5, but I think he ran a 4.6, and he ended up being one of the best players in NFL history, if not the best. He's definitely the best at his position. So Albrecht's philosophy of creating turnovers is exactly what Kobe Bryant is auditioning for. He's the perfect specimen for this job, guys. But early insights from rookie minicamp were highly encouraging. Coaches, including Raheem Morris, were quick to sing Bryant's praises. Morris, once again, who called Bryant the most famous undrafted player he's ever been around. And that shows his confidence that he has in Kobe Bryant. Bryant's he demonstrated the skills of natural athleticism, his ball hawking skills, and he showed what he was doing over at Kansas. What he did in Kansas, he brought to minicamp, and he's showing it. So he has not missed a beat. But minicamp, people say, well, it's just a jog through. It may be for somebody else, but for Kobe, this is serious. So even though they're without pads, his presence and impact are noted. Some observers are already taunting his potential to compete for depth chart positioning. He impressed with his ability to get his hands on the football and his overall command and coverage. So although this camp right now is without pads, he is always around the ball somehow or another, no matter what. When that ball is in the air and it's a completed catch, he is there, which signifies that his on the field football smarts is well in tow. Jumping routes, I think that comes easy for him. Interceptions, I think he cannot wait. I think he did. Remember back in 2000, what was it, 16, 2017, the Atlanta Falcons. Man, it seems like we was always around the ball. It's like we were always picking up interception somewhere. And I think we just got the person that's going to get that back. Now, one thing for certain, and I shared this with somebody else, that Kobe is going to become that player that quarterbacks are going to highly respect. Meaning he's going to demand that attention where he's going to say, hey, don't try me. Go over there and try AJ. I think he's going to warrant that much attention from these quarterbacks. I just have that feeling, guys. But realistically, we should expect Bryant to compete fiercely in training camp for a roster spot. If he excels, his immediate role will likely involve special team contributions. This is often the proving ground for undrafted players where their effort, athleticism, and discipline can earn them a spot. His physical tools and competitive nature suggest he can be a valuable gunner on punt coverage or a key player on kick return units. Coaches always appreciate players who can embrace special teams. Those are those unsung heroes. And it can be his ticket to earn trust and eventually defensive opportunities. I love those unsung heroes. Nate Landman was on special teams for a little while before he started. Casey Washington right now is on special teams. And I think he's going to earn him more looks on this offense as a wide receiver. Natron Brooks, he's another one. I think he's going to get some looks. But I kind of, he's a little bit on the smaller side himself. But the man can tackle. He's the one that had those 21 tackles against Minnesota a season ago in the preseason game. The man was on fire. And I see the same energy in Kobe. But beyond special teams, his most realistic defensive snaps as a rookie will likely come as a situational player or in sub packages, particularly if there are injuries or if he consistently outperforms others in practice. He's got the instinct for zone coverage, which fits Jeff Albrecht's scheme. So don't be surprised to see him in nickel or dime packages when the defense wants to play tighter zone concepts. His challenge will be refining his technique to minimize penalties, like I said earlier, and demonstrating consistent tackling against NFL caliber ball carriers, given some pre-draft concerns about his size. I have no doubt that his tackling is there. You saw in the film where uh, not only did he tackle, but he did it with force. He didn't just get the man on the ground. He brought it. Like they say, we used to say back in the day, he brought the wood. And that's a trait that is often translated well when you talk about Kobe Bryant. Now, why could this undrafted signing potentially change everything for the Atlanta Falcons? Well, it starts with defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht, who's known for his multiplicity and his desire for playmakers. He wants a defense that can disguise coverages, create turnovers, and keep offenses guessing. Bryant, with his elite ball skills and strong zone instincts, offers a unique weapon that can thrive in such a system. That one-handed interception wasn't just a viral moment. It showcased a rare blend of athleticism and anticipation and pure football savvy. Auburn's games will likely put Bryant in positions to make similar plays, reading the quarterback and jumping routes, which he's going to be known for. A defense that consistently generates turnovers in a game-changing defense, and Bryant brings that potential. And furthermore, a successful undrafted player brings intangible energy. He has all the swag you could want. Dion came in with all the swag that you want. It signals to the entire locker room, that talent will be rewarded regardless of draft status. It fosters a culture of competition and grit, pushing everyone to perform at their highest level. And that's what happens when you have a lot of competition. Everybody wants to come in and compete. The fan perspective on this signing is already electric. Myself, I'm ecstatic. There's a palpable excitement around Kobe Bryant. The Falcons fans have seen the highlights. They've heard Coach Raheem Morris taunting him as the most undrafted player he's ever been around. There's a narrative building. The overlooked underdog, the diamond in the rough, the player who will prove everyone wrong. This creates a special connection between the player and the fan base. For the Atlanta faithful, this signing represents a smart, savvy front office move. That's the sign that the team is looking for value and embracing a best player available mentality beyond the draft formal structure. It speaks to a commitment to finding talent wherever it exists. We went and got a kicker out of the UFL. No, I'm sorry. We got a kicker out of the international league, international program, who's set to compete with Young Wei Koo. We went into the UFL and signed a running back who could possibly earn the third running back position. So no matter where you are, if you are that best player available, Terry Fontenot is looking to bring you into camp and compete. But if Bryant lives up to even a portion of his college hype and the early training camp buzz, he just won't be a good player. He'll be a fan favorite, a symbol of hope for the defense that has at times struggled. Here come that word again, consistency. The signing, it just wasn't about a player. It's about a hope. It's about the front office making a savvy, high-value move, showing they're committed to building a formidable defense. If Kobe can translate his college production and earning an early training camp buzz into consistent NFL play, he won't be just a good player. He'll be a fan favorite, like I said. He'll be a symbol of the Falcons' renewed defensive identity, along with Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. His playmaking ability could inject a much-needed spark, leading to more turnovers, more stops, and ultimately more wins for our beloved Falcons. So, Falcon fans, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the Kobe Bryant's potential with the Falcons? Are you buying into the hype about about Kobe? How much impact do you think he'll have in his rookie season? I myself, I am so looking forward to this young man to be able to come in and show what he's got. I'm ready. But all right, Falcon fans, yeah, that's a wrap for this video. A massive thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, and an even bigger shout out to our incredible subscribers. We can't thank you enough for watching, and a huge shout out to all of our subscribers for being the best community a channel could ask for. Every like, every comment, and every time you hit that notification bell fuels our passion to bring you the best Atlanta Falcons content out there. Falcons fans, stick around because we've got even more Atlanta Falcons content coming your way. So stay tuned. And until the next time, everyone, continue to rise up.